Hi, this is Brandon from HeadSight here with another Tech Tuesday video. Today I want to talk to you a little bit about a company called HeadSight that's owned by Precision Planting. They manufacture header height control components for combines as well as row guidance for row crop heads. So today I just want to focus on the header height control components that they offer for both grain heads and for corn heads. So we'll start with the corn heads. Here I have an example of a head that has sensors mounted on it. This head has 3 sensors mounted across the front of the head, and the sensors mount just behind the snout, and they're designed to ride along the ground and pick up on terrain changes as that head goes through the field. So as they either bend farther backwards riding along the ground, they send information back to the combine to let it know that needs to raise up a little bit more to maintain that proper height above the ground. If you have header height control on your combine, you need to check that out first to be able to use these. But if you have that, you might also have lateral feeder house tilt, and these sensors work with that lateral tilt option as well to tilt your head side to side as you encounter different terrain in the field. So again, that could be something as big as a terrace or even minor changes throughout your field. So like for corn heads, HeadSight also offers solution for grains heads. So that could be something like a Draper head or even a Shelbourne Reynolds head that you would use for wheat. Here I have a picture on the right of a Draper head that has 4 sensors mounted underneath it. For both grain heads or corn heads, you can have a maximum of 5 sensors on the head. 3 is a very common number that you see. Again, this grain head happens to have 4 on it, but these sensors are mounted back behind the cutter bar underneath the head, and very similar concept to the corn head. The bottom picture on the right shows a terrace sensor option, which again, if you're a farmer that has terraces out in your fields, placing that sensor in front of the actual cutter bar gives the head that much more time to sense that that terrace is coming up and that a change needs to be made and make that change. So that is an option. You don't have to have those terrace sensors installed, but you can if you want to. On the left-hand side shows a Shelbourne Reynolds head with HeadSight sensors installed. So again, we've got those terrace sensors installed on it out in front, and then there's 2 standard sensors back underneath the head to help maintain that height as well. So bottom picture on the head shows what those sensors that are mounted underneath the head look like. Again, just right behind that stripping rotor, and you can have 1 just in the middle, or you can have 2 on the head as well. It's up to you. More sensors you have, obviously the better control you're going to get. The last thing that I want to cover is HeadSight offers an upgraded option for controller for that head height solution that lets you view some of your heads, speeds, any information that head may be sending to the combine that maybe you need to have a standalone monitor for. You can now use HeadSight's controller to integrate that in with whatever display you're using in your combine for guidance, if it's compatible with ISOBUS. So this is an example on a Shelbourne Reynolds head. If you have one, you're familiar with having a monitor in the cab to adjust the speed of your stripping rotor, monitor your auger speed, show you maintenance reminders, things like that. You're able to replace that with the 2 examples on the right that shows a couple pages that show you your rotor speed, again reading out on that guidance display in your cab, maintenance reminders on there as well, alarms, anything like that. So really lets you eliminate one more thing from your cab, that additional monitor that you may have, and run it all through your guidance display. If you have any questions about any of this or how HeadSight technology might work on your harvesting heads, give us a call at HeadSight and we'd be happy to help you out.